Hello, everyone. I'm Phalanges.
And I'm Dastrazak, apparently full sellout mode. Because do you see a headset on me? Nope. These are IEMs that got sent to me.
Welcome to the MouseCast podcast for the week of March 28th. This week we're talking about how do we find out about mouse news. We'll give you all the inside sources.
And Scumbag Attack Shark lying about what switches are in their mouse, and people are mad about it, including myself.
Yeah, I agree with you. After I saw that post and thinking about it more, yeah. So we'll cover that. Subscribe, guys. We do this every week. We have a Discord if you want to engage with us. And um Daz, as always, how often do you get a haircut and what's on your desk right now?
How do I get a haircut? Whenever I decide that I look too shabby. And I do it myself, and then make my wife trim up a little bit.
Oh, really? Nice.
I can't do the back of my neck. Anyway, got a replacement. I bought this off Mouse Market, WL Mouse X Sword X. It's the red one. You've got one. Yep. Great colorway. I don't have any of that pre-contact crap on my clicks on this one, which is thank goodness.
Okay.
I had to like force return the other one. Anyway, Tentax
Oh,
Octogrip mouse pad, not in the boop, boop, boop. Where's the logo? There it is.
that's like a zero?
Yeah, it's pretty close to a zero. It feels
Okay.
really, really high quality. I'm impressed by it.
Hmm,
People in
cool.
shorts kept asking if it was the infinite speed. Nope, not
Yeah,
the case.
it does look that way. I get my hair cut like every 2 months. I go way too long between, even though my wife does it. But I was like you in college. I used to just do one size all the way over, and I look terrible. But then on my desk, I have a Wise Owl Cloud XS. I don't know if I told you that I got one. I got a wicked deal on Mouse
You
Market.
did.
Okay, from a
Yeah, yeah.
homie, and dude, by far Wise Owl's best mouse yet. I skates, build quality, coding, scroll wheel, buttons are Raisha's, but well implemented, kind of like a Pulsar, I guess, the best you can get for a Raisha. And the mouse pad, I don't think has changed from last week. Ember Edge KX100. This is going to be a chill week, guys. So the past 2 weeks we've had guests. We are all for it. If you have more ideas for guests, leave them in the comments below and we'll reach out. But this week, Daz, I think you and I are happy that it's just going to be you and me and our brain dead takes.
Yeah, I like guests, but it also gives me some level of social anxiety. Also, I do different lengths on top and side of my hair, and I do a little bit of blending. For God's sake, stop all
Oh,
blending.
good. Okay, you can actually blend yourself, dude.
A
I
little
was
bit, yeah.
okay.
I've worked on it. Yeah,
Yeah, good. I know watching YouTube videos and holding the mirror in one hand, clippers in the other.
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this first topic. IPI float versus Attack Shark R5 Ultra. Shout out Carrot24, not the vegetable, with this awesome comparison on r/mouse review. So he has two black models. He should have gotten the white one so we could tell the difference.
Like
So
this. I got
like
them.
that. So the Attack Shark that Daz is holding up is the white. Oh, and you can also tell by the little sharky fins embossed into the buttons.
Sharky fins, and they slightly altered the text on the bottom. I don't know if you can tell, but the skates are a little thicker on the attack shark,
Oh
like I
yeah,
said in the
they are
short.
meteor. Hmm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So differences. What do we know about the differences? So we know from the spec sheets that IPI float is 3395, whereas the L5 Ultra is 3950. And
So I claim.
I know the IPI float supposedly uses KL Whiteblade 100 million mechanical switches, and the R5 Ultra supposedly uses Omron optical 100 million switches. Also, there's a small weight difference. This is saying the Attack Shark is 1 gram, like a gram and a half less.
It was advertised like 3 grams lower, I want to say. I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know if battery size is different. We're taking a look at the inside here too. Encoder looks the same. Yeah, dust proof. One of those F switch. These aren't that great. They're not super tactile. PCBs are different though. Let's look at. Yeah, there's no cutout in this one, and then there is a cutout here. Also, like the MCU is different.
Yeah,
Yeah, the yeah,
it
PCBs are
is. Yeah.
different. Mounting holes are the same, so I guess you could shell swap if you wanted. They both have a little battery cover. Isn't that funny?
They both
Oh,
have a little battery cover. They changed the label. The battery's exposed on the bottom. Yeah, it's the
oh,
same exact.
nice. Like
Yeah.
Finalmouse. So, okay, why do we even bring this up? Because of false advertising of the switches. In
Mm.
conclusion, where did this guy say it succinctly? I opened up the IPI float and I found the same type of switch rather than a Kale Whiteblade switch, and that
Oh
switch is
shoot.
Yep. When you
I
open the
didn't realize that.
hmm
Okay.
when you open the R5, he found Omron Mechanical 100 million switches D2FC-F-7Ns.
So this is hilarious because in my short, I'm like, these clicks feel remarkably the same, even though they're different switches.
Mm,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Props to my feel, I guess.
Yeah. Even Kale White Swords I don't think would have felt terribly different. Kale's and Omron's both are more higher pitched click rather than like a TTC Gold is a lower like thockier if we use keyboard terms.
They're nicely tactile. Tactile?
Yeah.
Tactile. Tactile.
Pterodactyl. So user on our Discord, shout out Rarzies, did actually post a few pictures. The Attack Shark R5 does in fact have solder joints for Omron opticals. That's what all these extra pads are. So your 3 pins are just here. Whereas the IPI float is just the 3 pins for normal mechanical switches. So this is wild. Daz, I'm going to bring up the Attack Shark website, and they specifically call out Omron opticals. Do they not? Do they
Hmm.
not? Okay, here we go. 39-gram weight. First friggin' lie.
Uh,
But I mean, this is nothing new. And 100 million click Omron microswitches. Oh, no lie there. Let's see if we can find the 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 lie. Oh, here we go in the picture. Can I zoom in, please? Okay, well, first of all, Omron 100 million times switches, and it does say D2FP-FN2, which is the
that's an
model number
optical.
for optical. They actually
If
say
you
that
scroll down a bit, it says optical again on the like page two. It's so annoying in the
on
tech specs.
oh, here we go. Micro switches. Oh,
Oh,
these.
they changed it. Literally earlier, it said optical. I swear to you.
Really? Dang. Guys,
I can't look at my
screenshot your
phone.
mouse specs, I guess, before the manufacturer changes them. So,
Ooh.
yeah, it did say optical though. I could have sworn, dude, in like AliExpress listings, I'll try to find one. I'm pretty sure that they had it.
Go to my tweet. I screenshot it and highlighted it.
Okay.
I'm glad I did. I don't know if you can find my tweet, but
Well, let's go ahead and give your take because I know you and I both saw this post today and you were like, "Wow, the more I think about this, the madder I am."
I just like so I made a short comparing these two as I've mentioned a couple of times.
Mhm.
And the prevalent comment was like, "Oh, this doesn't have opticals." Like people who ordered it were disappointed because they had chosen this over the float and paid anywhere from 25 to 35, 15 to 35 more dollars depending on the AliExpress sale. You get the float as low as like 30 bucks or less with coupon codes, right? This was coming from a Tech Shark site mostly. It's listed 20 bucks higher.
Mhm.
People are outraged about it. I would have never picked this up if I knew it was the same exact switches and only the sensor was different to do a comparison video. Now I can do a rage video. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because like in our server recently, someone was crapping on Attack Shark, and I guess we should be crapping on IPI too because they have a similar lie. Like, were they lied to, or they just how did they not check their own mice? What's going on?
They pay for this stuff too, right? I mean, you go to a manufacturer's website and you literally can choose what components. So, and
The fact that Attack Shark changed their site between me tweeting less than an hour ago and now is gold.
I don't know, dude. These AliExpress listings are also not saying optical, but I'm with you. Oh, here it is. After months of tuning, the molds have been optimized. Blah blah blah. Omron
The
switch.
pictures here is damning.
Yeah, I mean the picture that's definitely the optical micro switch model number,
Yeah.
but um okay, but like a lawyer could argue, well, that's for representation purposes only. We don't say optical anywhere. But dude, I'm with you. It said optical at some point. 100%. Because that was why I
Yeah, my,
bought it.
my tweet shows it. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can find your
If Twitter
tweet.
will show my latest tweet because Twitter sucks for not
Nope,
logged
I
in.
have to log in. Rip. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so
I can send you the picture.
sure. So yeah, I'm with you. So me, I solder stuff, so like I'm not like super upset personally because I can just solder in a new switch, and I'm really glad that Rarzies posted the that compatibility picture. But dude, this is just straight up wrong. So I guess the discussion question is, how are we should we have been bamboozled at some point before? I mean, all these Chinese clones and stuff where laws don't apply and false advertising and whatever to make a sale and poor customer service. Has this happened before and we haven't realized it? Should this?
Well, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's my
So
thought. Also, it's the picture.
thanks.
I'll
So
be checking mice much more thoroughly in the future, based off of this.
yeah.
I just no longer trust anything like this.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
I
literally
took the
removed it.
screenshot like an hour ago, so
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
2 hours ago. Yeah,
we're recording this at about 11:20 p.m. Eastern.
and I tweeted it. I don't even know. Yeah, 2 hours ago. So
Wow.
9:30.
Yep. Yeah, I paid $15 more for the Attack Shark. I don't know. Maybe I should have gotten the Ippy float, as Boardzy calls it.
Yeah,
Well, so my take is I think I'm kind of surprised that we haven't been bamboozled before in some way like this, even like something more damning like a sensor swap. Um, the weights I'm not surprised by. Everyone does the stupid plus or minus 5 grams, and then it's literally at the upper end of the scale, and we
you
know.
should find the person who started that and just
I
yell at them.
know it's utterly useless. It's I don't know. At what point do you just does a spec become just meaningless? Oh, okay. 3395 is 26,000 DPI plus or minus 12,000. Like I don't know. So
I go back. What are the words on that picture say?
on the
Photo, photosensitive linear, traditional
photosensitive
machinery,
linear,
Omron switch. Is this claiming optical? Like,
I think
there's a
that's I think that's a translation thing for optical. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, good job, buddy. Good job, Tech Shark.
Mm.
Please
And
continue ignoring my DMs and my tweets. You're
m-
the best.
maybe they haven't been able to get away with it so far because these products are so review heavy, I imagine. Or maybe we're just stuck in a small niche where we think people buy based on reviews. But like I don't know. They're niche enough where like they're niche enough where if I feel like you could get away with this because the only people are going to be upset there's going to be like 6 people who are upset.
There's not going to be a fallout from this.
No, it's not like if Logitech were to lie.
No, no. This is Tech Shark.
But at
All
the
they do, their company is based off copying things.
exactly, I know.
So,
But
which is fine. They do a decent job, but yeah.
I guess I'm running out of coherent thoughts, so we should just wrap it up and move on. But
Move
yeah,
on, phalanges.
yeah. Okay, next thing. Boardzy has a Twitter
Speaking
mouse
of Boardzy,
take. Zoom in. There we go. Thumbnail right there. I don't know. When is a good new mouse going to release? I think a Razer Spring release would have leaked by now. Budget clones aren't exciting no matter how cheap they are. The scene needs something. And then he does a hushy face, which does that mean he knows something we don't? Hmm.
quite possibly.
Oops. I forgot to enable the news banner. Okay. Um, what's your take on this?
I completely disagree with everything he said here. I think flagship releases are overpriced and boring. I almost never look forward to them. And like a really well-rounded quality budget mouse for a good price is actually what gets me and people on YouTube excited. So
Yeah.
that's my take.
So I do think flagship releases can be interesting because they're going to bring whatever they bring, they're bringing to the masses. Okay, so Logitech bringing the GPX Superlight really changed a lot of hearts and minds that lightweight is the future. Okay,
Okay, that's fair. I mean, like today's flagship market is pretty boring, but you're
yeah,
right. A truly good, unique flagship release.
yeah, and then I do think there are things like Razer has what's their dynamic sensitivity, which is their mouse Excel, their raw Excel. They also have their sensor tilt and stuff. I mean, that's pretty specific. These being specific to a mouse makes it like not. But I don't know. This means that like you could. I don't know. I wonder if more people have downloaded. Have we seen an uptick in downloads of Raw Excel and Custom Curve because of this? Probably not. But
Doubtful. Yeah, I've never used it, nor will I. But
um,
yeah.
but it is. I do think it's interesting from that regard. The mainstream appeal. Uh, like functionality wise, dude. I don't know. Did they just spend like 4 years developing these things and then put out a GPX Dex was pretty cool because we were like, oh my gosh, a new shape for the first time since the G Pro Wireless in 2018. So
Yeah, I don't know. Let's also pause to appreciate how obnoxious Tech Shark's tab is, yelling at you to come back.
Oh, I know. Yeah, bye bye. So yeah, I
I don't know.
don't.
I guess Viper V3 Pro was just exciting and one of the best mice to come out in a while. But like GPX2 was nothing.
Yeah. Well, the thing
And,
is, the Viper V3 Pro too. We actually had the shape like almost a year early. There was a hyperspeed. I almost bid on it. I could have bought it, dude. There's a hyperspeed that linked to eBay. Valorant player or something. Let's see if I can find this.
I remember
Viper
seeing that.
V3
Yeah.
hyperspeed eBay leak of that. Blast Blast tournament. So oh, it was taken down. That's right. So there was an eBay posting. I want to say June or July of 2023. So this is the V3 Hyperspeed didn't come out until I want to say that fall time or even winter. Single Mouse posted to Reddit. Apparently, I messaged the guy. He was selling it for pretty cheap. I want to say like 70, $80 because he didn't know what it was. And I
Mm.
messaged him about it, and I was thinking about buying it, but then I was like, nope, not gonna buy it. It's like not supported in Razer software. Maybe it's a counterfeit. I don't know. And I was like, hey, I think this is an unreleased mouse, by the way. He takes down the listing, reposts it as a bid instead of just to buy it now, and it goes for like $200.
Oh man.
It's just a black Viper V3 Hyperspeed before the shape is released, though. He got it from a player after a CS Blast tournament. He worked at a hotel. He was like a concierge, and one of the players just gave it to him. So that was a big no-no from that player.
Hold
'Cause,
on. What's this study down here? There was a recent study that found that forward rearward sensors were not ideal.
oh, I don't know. Are
This
we
sounds like something we would
going down a
discuss in the
rabbit
pod.
hole? Um. Oh,
We'll
this
take a look at this.
this is the Pulse Ponage. This is exactly what Ponage links.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. This is actually, I believe in. I think I used this in a thumbnail.
Whoa, the Magic Mouse sensors up there. What?
Yeah, dude. Hey, you're a Mac
I
user.
no, I am, and I don't like the Magic Mouse.
Dude, who does? Who
Yeah,
does? Go to
I'm
Apple
confused.
headquarters. How many people are using a Magic Mouse? I don't know. Maybe the gestures are actually that good. Um, Anywho, anything else interesting about it? I don't think so. Where were we going with this? Mainstream releases. Oh, okay. Bottom line is, I think we're in a golden age of mice. I don't think this is. I think this is a little bit of a privileged take. Um, I also understand that like the news cycle is fast, especially Boardzy's personality. What's next? What's next? Didn't he just start maining the XM2 4K and that came out like in November?
He's
So
been using it a lot since it came out, but yeah.
I don't know. Um, I think we're in a golden age. I think we're in a golden age right now. Speaking of which, new mice coming out. Maybe they're not interesting. I mean, what makes a mouse? Okay, discussion question then. What makes a mouse interesting? Think about from Boardzy's perspective. What would make him interested? Because he came out with he loves the cone pure shape, and
Mhm.
Kaisona Uranus came out, and he gave it the Boardzy budget seal of approval. Was this not
I
interesting
think
enough?
I think
Does
it's
it
like
need to come from Rocket?
reintroducing old shapes that have never been like refreshed is very interesting, I guess. And I agree. Like
Yeah,
the Terra slash X3 was exciting because we never had a G703 that wasn't 8,000 pounds.
sure. Go back farther too. I had a guy messaging me on Discord today. Phalanges, did you ever try a Rival 300? Yeah, they're freaking cool. They had the Hyper Beast version. They had the Fade version. This is a massive Ergo from SteelSeries. There's
Nothing
a
like it today, right?
yeah, nothing like it today. Yeah, it's got a little bit of goober in there. So I don't know what makes it. I think Boardzy just kind of wants it to be from a major manufacturer. I also get that with the market being so saturated, why would you roll the dice with some crappy interference implementation with some no-name brand? You want some like name brand reliability, like if you're gonna go actually play at a really high level in a tournament setting or something. I don't know. Personally, I read Piezo Gal reviews on Tech Power Up, and if he blesses it, it's good enough for me.
Whew, first yawn. There we go. Man.
Okay. So speaking of new mice releases that may or may not be exciting, new mouse company, the Gruul Luna33. I hope we're far enough into the video duration to say that. 3950, Omron optical, 40 grams. So the
My name's
topic,
Iron Obstacles.
I know,
Asterisk.
The topic here is how do we find out about new mice? Because how I actually found out about this, first of all, here's my investigative journalism here. It's the Luna33 by LunaFury. Has anyone heard of this? This was posted to FCC ID yesterday by Shenzhen Company. The original manufacturer is Dongguan Chuandong. Gruel is molded into the bottom of the mouse. Gruel. That's not a C. It's not cruel, right? No, that's a G. Gruel. Okay.
Sounds like anyway, it is a WoW boss. Gruel's lair.
They list on their. I took a screenshot of their this here. Oh, cool. I can't zoom. All right. Well, they have a website that is lunafury.com. It's
Oh,
not live yet though, but this is a 3950 Nordic MCU, 40 grams plus or minus 3 grams, so it's 43 grams.
it does say Gruel encoder.
Yeah, gruel that. Thank you. It did say that.
Yeah.
Oh, I closed it. Lovely. So I'll thumb through some of the pictures here. Shape looks quite nice. Blue and white, sure.
Did they list a height?
Mm,
It looks a little short for my liking, but
I don't
oh,
know.
interesting.
I didn't see it in the manual, but we could take a look in a sec. Deep comfort grooves, eh?
Love that.
Yeah. This makes me think like VXE Madar, the kind
Hmm.
of grooves here. But then the side profile, this looks Sora. This tapering. They even put a LunaFury sticker over the battery. They have their logos, a lightning bolt that's embossed into the scroll wheel. I'm
I
on
love small touches
optical.
like that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
on optical microswitches. PCB for side reinforcement. Manufactured second week of 2025. That's what that code usually means.
Oh yeah.
So this has been in manufacturing for a while. FCC ID. Um, yeah, purple encoder. That must be the Gruel encoder. You can see they are Omron opticals. You can tell by the pinout. 250 milliamp hour battery. So how did I find this? I guess that's kind of what I wanted to touch on. I have bookmarked just like um, a list of FCC ID uh, leaks. So FCC's like whenever there's a new wireless widget that comes out for compliance reasons, they have to list it by with the FCC if they're going to sell it in the U.S. So this is going to be sold in the U.S. Whoever Luna Fury is. That's how I find out about these leaks sometimes. I just use this subreddit and that takes you like government websites. But there's other ways you can find leaks. If you just go to like or new releases. I don't know if you
Well,
just
he told me about that website or the subreddit, and I just can't be bothered. I just let him look at
nah,
it and
I
say
try
bye to
it
it.
though. Sometimes I just go on Amazon and sort by newest, search gaming mouse. Sometimes you'll find interesting stuff. Like here's the Attack Shark R5. Okay. Another easy one is MetKeys. You just scroll down on their main page and they have new arrivals. So we have like the Delux M900 Ultra that we'll touch on today. Twitter's obvious. Twitter and Mouse Review are obviously the best though.
LunaFury filed their trademark application March 5th.
March 5th. Wow. Okay. Brand
Yeah.
spanking new. Yeah, and the company, I don't know if we want to do some investigating here. I don't know how much people care. Sure, we'll do it. Oh, how do I go back to I gotta go back to that topic. So Dongguan, this company, or Dongguan Chuandong
Dongguan
Electronics,
Longdong. What?
their website is this, and this is kind of cool. So they make gaming mice and keyboards. They show, look at, you recognize what those mice are, right?
Looks like a glorious
Yep, Glorious Series 1
Series 1
Pro and Model O
and a
Pro
Malo.
in
Yeah.
the Golden Panda colorway. Um, so
He
yeah,
said that, and I was like, what is that? Look down at my desk. Oh, yeah. Series 1.
yeah. So these guys, if we go to like, they just make a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, yep, they're they make mice and keyboards. So obviously they make more than just for Glorious. Okay, that was posted back in 2023. Maybe this is one of their in-house brands, kind of like Darmo Shark and MotoSpeed. MotoSpeed's the actual factory. I don't know. Are there other ways that you get mouse news of upcoming releases?
Twitter, Reddit, and you. Half the time the posts on Reddit are you. I'll
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah.
Oh, man. The classification for their trademark is 028 games and playthings,
Hmm,
decorations for Christmas trees, gymnastics and sporting articles. I just found that was fun. Playthings.
nice. Yeah,
Making some 3950
FCCID is
playthings.
fun. Yeah. Um, Anything
Is there a
else
way
to
you
say
can't
about
sort on
this?
AliExpress by like latest or like
Oh,
anything
that
anymore,
was
which
the
is
other
annoying.
thing. So that used to be probably the best way for me to find out about new releases. And they took it
Yep.
away. They took it away maybe a month or two ago.
That's what I was doing, and then it's gone.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. We're suffering together. Okay. Next topic then. Speaking of new mouse news, this is a new release that I know nothing about. Incott G23v2. Okay.
This is their GPX.
Yep,
Yeah.
their GPX looks like, are they abandoning a hot swap from the bottom to go with a
Yeah.
bigger foot pad and lower
Sure
weight
looks like it.
probably? So the OP here, Devi Lung, I owe him another kiss for posting another leak. This photo was uploaded to China's Bilibili. It's being talked about as a GPX copy shell. Its sensor is the 3395 or 3950. Weight is said to be less than 50 grams. There's no other information. Yep.
If that was less than 50 grams, like if the G23v1 had been less than 50 grams, it would have really competed for top spot
Yeah.
versus the A7.
They wanted that hot swap functionality though. I get it though. With how many friggin' GPX clones there are, you got to differentiate somehow, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Then you got the ATK A9 coming out.
Yeah, ATK A9 we already covered and yeah, they're cheap. They're cheap. They're like as low as like 18 bucks on AliExpress.
Yep.
Next mouse that is coming out, Delux M900 Ultra. So I actually have an M900 Pro
I have the mini here.
and oh, you do have a mini.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also have a mini. So this, yeah, this is the full size Pro, which is like a Death Adder V3 size. Shape's a little bit different. Coating's actually quite nice, but this one had like a charging dock and stuff.
Mm.
The Pro does away with that, so this is going to be an update to a 3950, but they actually changed a little bit. I think they kept the shape, but it's a total internal overhaul.
The shape
48,
looks just like the mini when I hold it up.
yeah, 48 plus or minus 2 grams. So I think that's about 10 grams heavier than the outgoing dock charging version.
The mini weighs
8K,
in at 40. I don't know. Continue.
3950 sensor, 120 hour milliamp, 120 hour battery life. Yeah, it's a large shape. If you look at the dimensions, they're 69 millimeters wide.
The mini is 49, and this is 48 plus or minus 2.
You got one with a big old battery then. Because
Must have.
my mini with like a 230 milliamp hour battery is like 43 grams.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very very nice mouse. I really like it. So I actually have high hopes for this. This is a good shape. It got a terrible review from Piezogal. Um, Tech Power Up. Oh my gosh. And it's called the Delux M900 Pro. Yeah, he had some issues with his high and inconsistent click latency, lackluster motion delay, pulling instability, and he had shell creaking on his. Mine is a rock solid. I'm happy with the build quality of mine. The skates are cheap, side buttons are very good, main buttons are pretty good. I actually do think this is a pretty nice shape. It's like a Death Adder, but the left side here is very vertical. I don't know. Um, yeah, it's actually quite a nice shape. I don't know. I would pick one of these up if they went like super cheap, but no way in heck am I spending $71. So, oh, and Deluxe's coating is pretty good too. I would say it's like a Wise Owl coating. It's not Viper level, Viper V3 Pro level, but it's good. I think that's all I have on this.
Onward.
Next thing, let's go talk about a couple of mouse pads. TJ exclusives. My social media manager is going to yell at me, but I'm too excited and have to share this pic. I know stitchless edging has been done before, but this is the cleanest edge quality I've ever seen. We have been working on our staff pad for over a year now. That's interesting. I guarantee it will be one of the most quality pads to exist. Heavy breathing. Are you excited?
No.
Same.
It's just a mouse pad.
I am glad that this is like getting more traction. But I don't know. Edge stitching hasn't really bothered me a whole lot.
No. Even when it's mediocre, I don't really doesn't happen for me. I don't hit it. I don't know.
Yeah, last week we touched on a certain pad that had stitching like around the outside. I forget which one it was. And the pad I was trying to remember is Vaxi has one that also has like the same style of crazy edge stitching. If this loads, yeah, where they go like around the outside. That's very nice. But I don't know. Um, if this okay, if this becomes the norm in a year or two, cool. I'm all for it. I'm not going to spend $15 more for this feature though.
This feature is not going to make me buy or not buy a mouse pad ever. So
Okay. Yeah.
if I'm buying the mouse pad and the stitching quality is terrible, I'm probably already just not buying the mouse pad
Yeah.
because it's probably not a good mouse pad. So
Yeah, let's see. Oh, I can't read replies. Darn, I kind of wanted to see what TJ was. So this is interesting. He has a social media manager. I wonder, you think it's just like some homie that he just sends products to, or you think he's actually paying someone? Like, I wonder how big these operations are.
maybe he's just trying to hype up the tweet. To be honest with
Yeah.
you,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Trust
wouldn't be
nothing.
surprised. Yeah.
Okay. And
Common obstacles. My
Xraypad AC plus. Oh, I showed this off last week. Anyway, this is just guys go on Twitter if you like mouse news. No, don't go on Twitter. Wait for this MouseCast podcast every Friday.
I'm on Twitter, but honestly, don't go on there. It's a cesspool. Anyway,
Yeah. This is pretty
I'm just gonna
impressive
be
though.
this is impressive, but also the least interesting thing to me in the world is like the sticky adhesiveness of mouse pad bases because I just sit right
Yeah.
on top of other mouse pads. It's cool, it's great. A lot of people don't do that, but for me, I don't care.
I don't know. If you have like what kind of desk does not have good adhesion? I use a desk that's from like I actually got it at like a Sears closing. They were closing their store. I don't know, it's just
Oh
like
yeah,
a melamine table, I think is the material. So it's a laminated wood. I have never had problems with my mouse pads not sticking to this. This is like
I
a no
have had some mouse pads not stick to this IKEA desk, but then I just put a desk pad below them, and my
yeah,
problems went away.
that's the other thing. Yeah, I remember telling my buddy about that. I don't know. If you're
Give your desk some
gaming
more flair.
if you're gaming on some like ultra textured ass wood desk, friggin' real wood, live edge, bro, what are you doing? Okay,
This is still impressive,
it is impressive.
to be fair.
Cherry picked by doing it to a whiteboard. I mean, spit on your hand and smack it to the whiteboard and it'll stick pretty good. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean the way it like it. All right, accidental speed pad by Tekusai. I don't know how to say his name. Tekusai.
I don't either.
Tekusi. Tekusai.
Because I don't know.
So what's with the unexpectedly? Wait, I thought there was a video to this.
Not on this tweet.
Oh,
This is the one I found
oh.
quickly.
Well, rats, because I want to actually show
Let me find a
people
better one.
something relevant. He had a video of,
Otherwise,
of
like
it
a
spinning.
comparison. Hold on, I can find this.
Okay. Well, okay. Who is this guy? This is the guy who's the founder of Glassworks, right? And something else.
Here's one.
Um, thank you.
Yep.
So, what's up with the unexpectedly super fast Glassworks Polarity series? Quick explainer. Glass pads have a factory tolerance for surface roughness.
Link in
RA.
chat.
Yep. Where, thank
Video
you.
link.
Where lower number equals smoother. Yep. Hana had a target RA of 1.0. Okay. And then Polarity series aimed at higher with a tighter tolerance of 0.15. That's fair. Oh, same thing but tighter tolerance. Okay. Our batch
They
overshot
actually
this mark with
doubled
an
it.
RA of that. This increased texture will make the pad noticeably faster. A surprise twist that's actually kind of awesome for speed enthusiasts. I want to repurpose it into a very unique and ultra fast pad by Tekusai. So let's go to your chat and actually see the video.
This
Thank
is
you
one of the
for.
videos, and then when she pulled that up, I'll send another one as well. There's a
Okay.
spinning one, and there's a speed comparison one.
Okay. You can send the next. Thank you. So that's pretty cool. Um, the white one is definitely faster. Number one priority is consistency. Polarity series should feel identical. We don't want to have multiple versions floating around. That's very true. Um,
Oh yeah,
yeah, we are getting to a point where like, yeah, yeah, that's crazy to think about that. Like manufacturing tolerances are playing a role. Imagine explaining that to like your wife or girlfriend. No, I need to buy 5 polarity pads and pick the one that's the fastest because they're different surface roughness RA tolerance. Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
But
and
yeah,
the other thing was yeah, this is the one
just
I
the spin.
saw. That's
Yeah,
wild, dude. That is fast.
ice rink. Yeah.
In the past 48 hours, I've gotten nearly 100 requests and even a $500 offer for the rejected speed pad. Is this what you guys
Quick, spot the
want?
dongles.
Hit scan Hyperlight. Is that a? I can't
There's
quite
a
tell.
V-Stacks of something
Final
in the
mouse
little
and a
cat.
B-Stacks.
Yep, yep, yep.
And
Oh, Pulsar.
yep,
8K.
yep.
Anyway.
Spot the dongle. Oh yeah. Okay. Um. Cool. Yeah, I'm all for like inventions that are accidental inventions, right? Like, you know that the microwave oven was an accidental invention. Like researchers were playing around with radio waves and whatever, and were in like the microwave spectrum, and a dude had a candy bar in his pocket and it started melting. How he didn't just like boil alive, I don't. I'm sure it was like
Oh
low
yeah.
power enough and all this, but yeah, yeah, lots of accidental inventions are cool. Oh, and he has glass skates. Okay. Okay, Tekusai, Mr. AI art mousepad thing, sure.
He's got AI in his name.
Uh, AI confirmed. He's a robot
Reddit recap
confirmed.
banner, go.
Yep, thank you. Reddit recap. Okay, that was like the dude. That was like the most boring news I think we've done. I don't
Yeah, if
know.
you guys are still with us, whew, God bless.
I know. Final Mouse fan page. Here's where things get spicy. If you see this scratch on your Final Mouse, it is considered normal. You're just holding it wrong. It's where the gate of the hot runner is detached after molding. Because the mouse is so thin and uses a more complex molding process, these gates are more visible than in standard plastic products. Look at that. It's because we're so high quality that we have this defect. It won't affect the performance of the mouse. In other words, do not contact us for a replacement.
What a just terrible, terrible tweet.
Yeah.
That looks rough. Like your final mouse, you're charging this much for your mice, and you can't figure out how to not have that. You know how many other mice don't have that? All of them?
Well, it's weird because I mean, I'm not a mold expert, but you usually have the, I don't know, injection mold mouse. I wonder if I can actually see any pictures. Sure. I mean, this is like what a mouse is. Do we have buttons? Shell buttons. Anyway, I wonder if we can actually see a shot of one. No, probably not. Well, whatever. Point is, yeah, it's like a. Usually, these things happen when you have, just like you have witness marks where the ejector pins push the part out. Um, that's what these little dimples are in the. These little dimples that you see, those are ejector pins that push the part out of the mold while it's still hot and kind of melty. You hide these. You put it on the inside of the mouse, not on the outside. So, like, it makes sense that they put it on the edge, like the bottom edge, but why do they needed a runner there? I don't know. Again, smarter people than me did the design, but yeah, it's weird. It's weird that
It,
their response to it is so Final Mouse, you know?
and then there was an even more final mouse response that came later.
Oh,
I like
okay.
that.
Twitter. This is just titled Twitter Rage. Oh, this. Oh, because that was from the Final Mouse fan page.
This is direct final mouse response here. Yeah.
So, okay. Before I read it, was Final Mouse? Did they direct reply to this?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't see the fan page post.
Okay, well, Final Mouse official says people didn't notice this gate vestige for 2 years. That is true. It's been there on every ULX. 100,000 ULXs out there, and nobody can notice it because nobody turns their mouse upside down, zooms the F in
This is where
with
you're
a
like, oh, they're tilted.
magnifying
Oh,
lens
okay.
and sees this. But it's so cool to hit on Final Mouse that now all of a sudden this insane microscopic thing that is unnecessary, that is necessary for the injection of the carbon fiber composite in such a thin wall, is all the rage to poop on.
What a teenage angsty rage baby
That
response.
is, I love that reply, dude. This guy is a professional. This is Final Boy, right?
I think so.
So
Which he has his own reputation.
he's been with he's been with Final Mouse for like the entire time, right? Since like 2016, 2017.
I think so.
Their classic Ergo came out in 2015, I think. 10 years ago. Bro, okay, let's say
This
imagine he
got
got
quoted and responded to by everybody. Like it's amazing. Anyway,
imagine like representing a company, having worked there for 10 years, and this is how you. I love it. I absolutely love it. He's tilted. Okay, I do partially agree with him. Like the reason why this wasn't as noticeable, somebody I can't review replies, but somebody showed a ULX that's black and is not as noticeable on a black one.
Mhm.
Straight up. Not to mention the carbon fiber aesthetic is kind of like choppy looking, so it hides this even more, whereas the white really shows it. Um, I think it's
It's not so
just
much about the imperfection, it's how like it's just their response. Is so
yeah. No,
clearly like
my
Final Mouse knows that Final Mouse has made fun of her being Final Mouse, and they're mad about it. Or at least Final Boy is.
my problem. Okay, personally, as an engineer, like I don't care. If I were to start looking over my mice, Daz, and I started finding that on 50% of my mice, I would sleep fine at night.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
problem is how Final Mouse talks about themselves. They
Hmm.
say they are the best, that they've been innovating more than anyone else ever, that if you're not on a Final Mouse, if you don't have a Final Mouse, you're kind of a loser. Oh, by the way, join our Discord and collect $4,000 worth of mice, and we'll give you a little banner thing next to your name. And then it's the same company that then it's going back to the Apple, the antennas. They had a recall or whatever with their. Sorry, it wasn't actually a recall. They had a defect with their antennas. You remember this? And their response was, "Oh, you're holding the phone wrong."
Yes.
So
This,
simply, if you're a you know $30 attack shark manufacturer, nobody gives a poop. If you're a $100 Lamzu manufacturer, then you come out with a, yeah, sorry, this is what we had to do because we were doing something groundbreaking and this was the only way we knew how to do it. Okay. But then the
but
final
if you think
mouse,
you're the Ferrari of mice,
you're the
well,
Ferrari of mice, and then you go tell your users, what the heck is wrong with you, you idiots? You're zooming
y'all were
way in
too
on.
dumb to see this for 2 years anyway. Who cares, you ding dongs?
People are paying for the perfection. I'm
We drop
sorry.
expletives in our tweet. You've become tilted, sir. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I
yeah,
don't care if Almost never sends me a single thing. Do
yeah.
better.
I don't know. I also do get that like Final Mouse is it's they're easy to hate on, but they put a target on their own backs.
Exactly.
They make the best darn product, and then they go around telling everyone imaginable that it's the best darn product. From a engineering standpoint, you have to admit they have revolutionized a lot of things. But this was funny.
I'm barely
Hmm.
touching it right now, too. Like, I'm not even squeezing it to death.
That's bad. $200 mouse, by the way.
This should just be the response to that tweet.
I'm barely touching it.
I think it actually was.
Oh,
Oh
oh
man. All right,
no.
let's move on from that company. I don't know. I personally don't have anything against Final Mouse other than just when you have a big ego, you're putting a target on yourself. It's as simple as that.
Big Eagles is one of the things that bothers me the most in the world about just anything. So
Yeah. Soon from Gatheron. So angled micro
yeah, they're
switches, guys. Yeah. I don't know. This is kind of interesting because think about that. That's one of the reasons. If you look at the mouse, they have on the buttons, they have that little like small square pad on them, and it's like a hard
hmm,
plastic, and it's usually like an acrylic. It's kind of a smooth, slippery plastic because when you're pressing down on a switch, you're actually kind of rubbing it too as you press down, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't want it to wear out. That's why you open up a mouse that you have like a crap ton of time on, and there'll be dust because it's like actually the plastic, the dot is wearing off. So this, you're going to have like a more linear press. Will that make it feel better? Maybe. We are getting to the point where like click feel is so intense. We're like those Incott rainbow pink switches. They're talking about some crazy tight gram force tolerance. So maybe we're getting to the point where this stuff is starting to matter. Um, I don't know. I can appreciate the innovation. It doesn't look like it's going to make this thing cost a whole bunch more. It does mean you won't be compatible with other micro switches unless they made this wedge a separate piece.
Yeah.
Rocket Cane did something similar a decade ago. Oh, I want to look that up. Rocket Cane micro switch angled. Maybe this is gonna be a thing. Disassembly. Oh, this is tech power. Bro, I knew these were tech power up pictures before I even clicked on it. That is cool. So, Oh yeah, you actually already do see this. So like endgame gear, where there's separate PCBs, they'll just angle the whole PCB.
Mm, okay, yeah.
Yeah, same effect. That's interesting how they covered the entire sensor and diode. Anyway, sure. I'm here for this. Nothing else really to say. Okay, 360 centimeter chart. This is kind of cool. This is from 3 years ago. An overview of typical sensitivity ranges across different games. So we have um, at the highest sensitivity, aping, 10 centimeter, noob range. Okay, your noob range up to like 16 centimeter 360. Reactive range, whatever. Oh, Roblox is, I guess, what you play. 10 Robux. Okay. 28 centimeter 360 average for Quake players. 30 centimeter average for Apex. Call of Duty Warzone, 40 centimeter. Fortnite varies. Yeah. Overwatch 35 average. That's going to have a huge difference though if you're like tracking Zarya player
If you're a
versus
tracer
a
player,
tracer. Yeah.
yeah.
One of my buddies is like a top 500 tracer player and he plays at like a 15 to 20 centimeter. He's been like, I'm trying to go lower sensitivity and he's at like a 23. Um, Rainbow Six varies a lot, but Valorant and CS:GO are both 46, 52. That makes sense. It's funny. We go up slow, very slow. Tortoise, Sloth, Minecraft 80 blocks, Muscle Memory Connoisseurs, Sloth, Snail, and at the very end we have Mini God. You know who VT Mini God is?
No.
Dude, God, centimeter 360. This guy's insane. He's a crazy good, I mean, he's a voltaic guy, but my understanding is he's a really good tracking player. You might be able to see how much he's moving here. He plays at like 110, 120 centimeters.
Wow.
I love it. He's in friggin'
Does he just
voltaic.
use his entire like house as a mouse pad surface?
House pad.
Cute.
Yeah.
Haha.
Anyway, I thought that was cool. What do you play at?
32.
Yep.
What about you?
Battlefield, I play somewhere between 30 to 35. I kind of change it depending on how I'm feeling. I'll even like change it up with the pad and stuff too. Yeah, pretty boring. When I played Star Wars Battlefront, I was dead set 55 centimeter. That was like perfect for me. It was a slower paced game. It's a third person shooter, so you can peek corners and see people coming. So naturally, you don't need to flick to targets as
Yeah.
much. Yep, pretty cool. Okay, next topic. Um, oh yeah, this is oh R&D facility for Pulsar. New research facility in progress. This year will come with gaming gear innovations unseen in the industry before. Cool.
How much money does Pulsar make with their like production value and website quality and
I know.
this
Well,
thing on their ceiling and
they're sold in micro centers, dude. Like they're all over
yeah,
eBay used. Pulsar is
yeah.
big. We don't think about it. They have a crap ton of SKUs though, but they're making big money. Like you talk to like you ever watch Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen ones where they're like, oh, I have this deal where I'm going to be getting it in Walmarts potentially. And the sharks are like, sign me up. Because think about it. Like, um, Elias Tech Tips was actually talking about the Beast Candy bars are also sold in Walmarts.
Mm.
There's something like 4,000 Walmart stores across the United States. And let's say you sell, I don't know, one Beast bar a day. So that's 365 times 4,000 locations. That's 1.5 million Beast bars sold annually just by selling one a day, which is like way below what it is. You're more
Oh
likely going
yeah.
to sell more like 10 per day. So now you're making 15 million bucks a year selling
Oh
10
man.
candy bars. The thing is the scale of Walmart is what their power is. Micro Center is the same way. Best Buy is the same way. So my discussion topic for this was what do you think? Are there any mouse companies that you think are big up and comers? Like this shows Pulsar is investing heavily in R&D in future products, right? R&D developments are things that are not going to help your business today. They might not even help it tomorrow, but it's going to take a few more days. So it's an investment in their own future. So companies don't do that unless they're in a good position.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, who would you put on your like up and coming list? You know, they're going to be
Uh,
around in like 5 years, maybe even have some like mainstream Twitch esports affiliations.
I wish Endgame Gear would get there because they might be like my favorite. Like, because I love their shapes and their quality of the
Quality.
non-translucent shells is very very good.
They're an
And like,
honest
I don't know.
company. Yep.
If I had to main two mice, probably would be the OP1 and the XM2. I don't know.
Yeah. That's what your Reddit flare is OP1 Purple
Yep,
Frost.
8K. Yep,
I think I want Lamzu. I
they're really
think
good.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think the Lamzu Maya X Fanatic that I have is just like the shape's not exactly for me. It's objectively the best mouse I own, I think. The clicks are just the best. The scroll wheel is so good. The weight, the build quality, the skates, the unboxing experience, the extras, the performance. There's nothing to complain about other than maybe you don't like the holes in the bottom. Get yourself a dust cover that they sell for like $6. Um, yeah, I would like to see them have more fame, and then I would also love to see a off-the-wall Chinese company, maybe like an ATK. Like we've seen the ATK Leviathan F1 is an esports. That's a Argentinian team collab. I don't know, not necessarily ATK. I just would like to see another like Chinese mouse fan manufacturer come out. Maybe somebody who's not afraid to just like clone a bunch of old shapes since Rocket isn't because Steel Series isn't. Um,
Hemchos, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, like an M-Chose or something, just to really stick it to the complacent Logitechs who have the same shape for the past 7 years. Yeah, yeah, those would be my picks, I think. And Game Gear's solid too. Attack Shark, I don't know. If they die out, somebody else will fill the void, I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay. Another Reddit recap. Pizogal had the Feinmann F01 review. I don't know if you saw this, but
I saw it posted, but I couldn't be bothered to. Ah, man.
$180 mouse, by the way, polling instability, sensor malfunctions at high velocities. The 12-bit constraint thing isn't a big deal unless you're playing at like 6,000 plus DPI after
Oh, this is
liftoff.
the weird lift off click latency thing. Okay.
Yep, this is a common issue. It has to do with slam clicks, I believe. Slow charging, very pricey. Yeah, so he doesn't give it a recommendation. I did ask, do manufacturers investigate the issues uncovered by your reviews? He said yes, often enough even before the reviews are released, such that fixes are already accounted for. And then second question, would you revise or add a note if the review to the review if like a fix-all firmware is released? He said, if the issues are significant enough, then yes. Recently, this is good. The Arbiter Studios Akitsu, Cyrox V8, and Opponent Stormbreaker Max CF/Trinity CF all received updates and fixes after the initial review had been published, and the reviews had been
You pulled the
updated.
Skyrox V8,
Yeah.
Cyrox V8, whatever. I'm curious, did they fix the polling issues that
Oops.
became like base knowledge that like, oh, Cyrox has some issues with their polling.
4 and 8,000 hertz show large
It's still
off-period
there.
pulls,
Still there.
polling
Okay.
instability at lower polling rates. So
Maybe
he
it was the
still
click quality then.
okay.
Yeah.
He still gives it high recommendations, like the polling instability.
As do
Let's
I.
go to a wireless testing. Is this no? Is this
I should
1,000
just look at
hertz?
his mouse test results to figure out how to use
Here,
mouse test.
I
Dear
know.
Lord.
So okay, at 1,000 hertz, he has a few dips. This is maybe only like 1% though, going down to 500 hertz, and then a few dips up to 2,000, which I don't think that's not an issue, right? Not unless it gives you
Shouldn't
like
be.
stutters in game. Um, yeah, that seemed fine. And then he complained about the 8K hertz polling stability or whatever. Here's 4,000
But
hertz.
who cares?
Or no, this is 2K hertz, sorry. Yeah.
But you should do it well.
Yeah. Okay,
If
well,
you're gonna do it.
anyway, just, yeah, isn't that disappointing? $180 mouse, by the way. This is kind of cool. It's been removed by the moderators. No, G-Wolves making a -1 gram PCB. Okay, it was basically a G-Wolves PCB, but they have it on their Twitter, but I'm not gonna be able to find it. It looked like, the ribbon cables that like, mouse, ribbon
What was those Reddit
cable.
mods? What?
and that was called the polyamide PCB. This isn't like super interesting. It was a PCB made out of this stuff.
Mhm.
So like this goldish color ribbon cable material that you're used to seeing. You just use a material like it's called polyamide. It's like Kapton tape if you've ever done 3D printing. It's
Pizza.
invented by the like moon rover, moon lander. This gold stuff. That's Kapton tape. Same stuff that you
Mhm.
use on like 3D printers. It's a thermally resistant like plastic tape. Yeah, that's what that
I
gold
sent you the
stuff
tweet.
is. Oh, thank you.
Yep.
No way. Okay, here we go. Copy text because I can't open from Discord. Yeah. Okay. So it's actually it's the same PCB just twice. But the thing is this is like only a single layer. I don't know, maybe there's multiple layers here. But that's the thing with PCBs. Like a motherboard is like 7 layers. So, I don't know. Are mice really that simple where they can get away with a 1-layer PCBs? I think that just about does it. I don't really want to doom scroll. How far are we in? Are we like an hour in? Yeah, we're an hour in. Let's not doom scroll. Let's just go over to personal ramblings. You got some YouTube updates.
Yeah, I put out the MCHO's Jet 75 review last week and pretty positive response, lots of views, good stuff. I was happy about it. And then the Wooting fanboys kicked in and they were really, really, really mad that I compared the Jet 75 to the 60HE, which is a 2-year-old keyboard, and not the 80HE that just came out. Many, many improvements, to which I have many thoughts.
So for people who haven't watched your video, what's the summary of the keyboard?
It's the best out-of-box keyboard experience I've had.
Okay.
I basically said I can't justify buying a Wooting at 200, I guess about like $220 on my 60HE compared to this at this version would be 90. You can get affiliate codes. It might go on sale. I got it for 60. Like a early purchase. Um, better than like the other budget boards that I tried as well. The typing experience and the feel was just really, really good. It was very stable.
Mm-hmm.
But coming back to my takes on it, I didn't compare it to the 80HE because I'm not made of money and I don't have one, for one. So even if the 80HE was the same or like 20% better, can you still justify the price tag?
Why were people why exactly were they upset that you weren't comparing it to the ADHE?
They felt it was more comparable to the 75, the Jet 75, which like at a base level is a fair thing to say, I guess.
Why did you
But like,
evaluate the layout? Is it like, oh, I don't like my Wooting 60HE because it doesn't have the F row. This has the F row. It's a better keyboard. I'm guessing you
apparently
didn't.
they made overall like quality updates to the 80HE versus the 60, and also the electric switches are less stable, and you can
Oh.
pick like some of the best switches in the market to put in your 80HE. So that was like part of the reasoning.
Oh. Well, that's
Yeah,
justifiable then.
but also like again, even if it's the same quality or slightly higher, like the price on this is so much lower.
Mm-hmm.
And like there is like the argument of customer service, but I don't know. I still stand by what I said. And also like it's not that serious.
Hmm. Okay.
Someone
Well,
was like blah 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 blah. You can do better, and I was like, thanks. I'm a 500 subscriber YouTuber. Like
yeah, I
I'm
think
so
you
mad.
probably got to not take it so seriously. I mean, people have bad takes all the time. You
There's
know,
like a 30 comment thread on my YouTube video, which is the longest thread that's like ever happened. I think maybe it wasn't 30,
wild,
but it was quite long. Yeah,
wild. Oh yeah,
27.
27. Holy
Yeah,
smokes. I
yep.
mean, for like every one person who's butthurt, you have
It did well. Yeah,
62
yeah, yeah.
people who are liking it. So I wouldn't take it personally. Just
No,
dumb
this was the most
people.
interesting way to talk about it.
Yeah. Now, I do agree that like even if you had a Wooting 80HE to compare it to, the value proposition of this still probably blows that out of the water. I'm really impressed with. I just got rid of it, but I got a review unit of the Aula Win 68, and
Which I have
I
one version of
was,
that coming. Yeah,
dude, this is one of those. So it's an HE keyboard. It's a 68 key layout, so you get your arrow keys and delete key. They're like on AliExpress. I'm not even kidding you. Like on sale, like $25. They're probably the cheapest HE board out there, right? And they're
And I
not
got the
bad.
max version for 30 on the sale. Like, yeah,
That's crazy.
with the topographic keycaps and everything.
But the thing is, they're like good, okay? So the review unit I had was the cheapest version. There's two switch types. I don't really know the difference. Mine has the cheaper switches, which are made by Leobog. They're these boxed switches, with the stem and then it's boxed around. They were so stable. The typing experience was good. I have a Mad Lions, whatever the heck this one's called, Mad 68
And
HE,
60
and
yeah.
the Flex. This thing is not flexible. The Aula was even more rigid. I couldn't believe it. Out of a $30 keyboard. So yeah, Wooting, their market dominance. I hope they got enough keyboards into the hands of esports and Twitch streamers and stuff, because that's the only way they're going to get a sale, is by people who don't do the research and just buy what their favorite streamer is running.
Also, like, Wooting is like the name brand everybody knows, and like also people are still considering the 60 because they might want the 60 layout versus the 80 layout. So like it's valid enough to compare them. Also, maybe there's like a swath of people out there who were like convinced, like me, by Boardzy or someone else, to buy the Wooting, and then they see this review and they're like, "Oh, I can get good quality for way cheaper," and then they sell their Wooting, and then they buy like 3 good mice. So like, it was a valid take.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to rant about that a little bit. What else we got going on? Companies are just offering me random stuff. Like there was I showed you this, like a TikTok video offer for a dish rack. It's like, what is that?
Not a mouse company, right?
No, just a TikTok shop that sells like dish racks.
I wonder if
I've posted on TikTok before. I don't even get good views on TikTok.
I wonder if it's
So
like
random.
AI, they tell AI to go after
Maybe.
new channels that are reviewing stuff. Because they know
like
that it's garbage. They know that it's garbage. It's like when my wife and I were Vine reviewers, the first like several months, everything we requested got a top tier written review. Now it's just like she'll literally unbox something like in the living room or whatever, and I'm like, how many stars? She's like, 4. Because you get so used to, as a reviewer, you get a formula. I mean, that doesn't mean you're going to write a bad review. If anything, you're going to write a better review because you have all this experience to pull on.
But yeah, beside that, more random keyboards and keycaps have now been offered as well, which like I'm not even sure how to evaluate keycaps. Like, do I want like I have to start saying no. So that's fun, I guess.
Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to say no. You'll be kicking yourself if you have to write a script and review and stuff or something you don't care about. Question.
We don't write scripts here. Anyway.
That was going to be my question. Do you write scripts at all? Do you even do like bullet points?
Hold on, audio died. Fixing it.
Okay.
What was the question again?
Do you do scripts at all or even like bullet points?
I don't even do that anymore. No.
Nothing at all.
I start talking, and if it wasn't fluid, I just do the take again. Okay. Usually 3 takes is the most it takes for a segment, and then I move on.
Impressive.
Okay. I shoot segment by a segment, but
yeah.
Sometimes I get through the entire QC section in one go. Sometimes I do the QC section, and there's like 2 or 3 takes per like clicks, and it's just all one recording. Sometimes it's all separate. I don't know. But I don't script a single thing.
That's really impressive. Do you stop the recording?
Sometimes I stop if it was really bad. Sometimes I'll do like 5 minutes of recording and then listen back to it all and just delete it and start again.
Okay.
So there is some like iteration. But.
Like something that when I got CapCut, because I was using like Windows Movie Maker for the longest time, but CapCut shows you the audio waveforms. So I would just do a full take, and then if I didn't like what I would do, I would just stop talking, clap or something loud so I see the spike in audio, and then start again. Just like that's what those clapper boards, Yeah. I didn't know what those things were for, but that's literally it. It's for the audio waveform spike.
No, if we're scripting, then I'm just not doing it. It takes too much time and effort. Seems to be working all right. So
I'm sorry, this is an aside, but a buddy of mine got a review unit of this. If it comes to Vine, I'm requesting this. It's not HE. It's not HE. But dude, isn't this a nice... Oh, I don't like that color. Let's go to this color. Isn't that kind of a nice layout, though?
Yeah, it is.
Macro keys on the left side. No F-row. But you get the gamer aesthetic's a little wonky. It's wireless. Huge old volume knob. You get your programming, home, page up, page in. Oh, you don't get insert though, or end, whatever it is you use. I don't know. Split spacebar is underrated, dude. Have you ever gamed on a split spacebar?
I didn't know that was a thing. No.
Yeah. So they're more common on like ergonomic keyboards, right?
Yeah.
It's really nice because then you don't have this huge space bar that it just feels more precise. It's weird. Yeah, split space bars are nice. Yeah, good luck finding aftermarket keycaps, but
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, this
Uh,
is an impressive, sorry, not sponsored, but after $20 coupon, this is what, $56. That seems not bad for like Royal Kludge seems to have pretty decent stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we gotta go back to your YouTube channel. Okay, you had some shorts.
I'm doing more shorts, and I've been like putting slightly more effort and trying to make them more entertaining. And yeah,
I think they are entertaining. This was fun. I actually watched this twice. The woo, the IPI float. Oh yeah.
dongle. Yeah, this was.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's white. Oh, it's white. Yeah, it's different mouse. Yeah, yeah. Good job. And then the white IPI came out on the listing like an hour later.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
The
did
white-
the like. I did. Oh, go ahead.
The white and black does look nice, I gotta say.
I did the custom like my daughter's bike helmet outro for the last ones, and I was like, should I do a custom outro for this one? And then I decided, yeah, it's worth it. Like,
It was pretty
I-
funny.
I enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Shorts like keep. I feel like they keep the views coming and they keep people interested, and they build a little tiny bit of hype for as much as you can build on like a small channel. But we'll see.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, I didn't watch. I didn't see that end. I guess that's funny. No, yeah, no, your shorts are entertaining. I guess. Do you feel like you can be more creative with a short too?
There's like different editing tricks you can do. I don't know if I'm interested in doing that, but like I was trying to make it funny. Like the IEM one also got like a bunch of views. I don't. What is happening? It's got 600 views in 1 hour,
Huh.
which is the most it's ever gotten. And like, it's just like a random. I'm using them right now. My ears hurt at this point because we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes and they're deep in my ears.
Yeah.
I don't notice a huge difference in quality. I don't know. I got to do a video on it, but
Hmm.
I
What's-
expect this to get like 50 views.
What's the MSRP of these?
$40. There's a built-in
Okay.
mic, but I haven't tested it yet. But
Okay.
I would have
Huh.
usually said yes, but I've literally never used IEMs and I've seen them a bunch, so I figured, we'll give it a shot. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So.
cool. All right.
Some nights I'm like, I want to put something out. I can do a short. I can shoot a short, edit it in less than an hour probably, and get it live. So what the hell?
I enjoy them. Yeah, and the text you have here is pretty good. Yeah.
I've switched to like double text, and it seems to be brings more people in. I don't know. Legitimately, I started doing it because I usually once you upload the video, you can change the thumbnail, and it's always got my subtitles, and I needed to block the subtitles out that I have.
Mhm.
So I just doubled the text. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, look, I got a sub since we started. Cool.
Yeah, 585. All right. And I guess last topic that we're into, sort of, we have like two topics, I guess, in personal ramblings. One's about shooter games. What does a shooter game need for you to even bother trying it? Like what pulls you in?
It needs to have hype. It needs to have definitely at least one friend who's going to play it when it comes out with me.
Okay.
Those are the two main things I'm thinking of, like, which is why I started playing Rivals for a bit. That's why I have not tried Fragpunk, because I don't know anybody playing it. The
Okay.
finals I played with a friend for a bit and quit as soon as he quit, so yeah.
Yeah. I'd play the finals with you. That's one I want to give it a shot. The long
Yeah, we should
TTK
try that
seems
out.
interesting. Really, but you said hype. You need a game to have some hype behind it for you to try it.
I like being part of the crowd and the hype, yeah, because then,
Okay.
like, people are tweeting about it, there's Reddit posts are flowing, people are streaming it, and I can watch the streams and feel more involved in it. If it's like a dead game, I'm not going to play it,
I feel that, yeah.
which is a bad take. Single player games, I don't care. Those are fun for the story.
I don't think that's a bad take. Because just like going and joining a dead game, you don't want to invest a bunch of time and energy getting good at a game that's dead. I would phrase, for me, there needs to be a good public, you go to like how many concurrent players, and if it's like 50, no. I have a bunch of people who ask me to come back and play Star Wars Battlefront. I'm not even kidding. The peak concurrent player count is like between 30 and 50, and that's worldwide. Okay, Most of them only
Oof.
like it seems, at least in the competitive community, it seems like most of the only 20% is North American.
Part
So
of that problem there is too is if there's only that many people playing it, they're probably just like lifers, and they are probably insanely good, and you might not have a good time. So
yeah, that's another yeah. That was yeah. As games
sorry.
that's totally true. As games get sure we can watch some Matty OW. As games get older, the remaining players are better and better because they've one, they have more time in the game. Two, they obviously enjoy the game and that's why they've stuck with it.
I
So
guess like if I'm looking at like my benchmarks, if I have a friend or two who wants to play, and there's like it averages like 5,000 players, maybe I would go for it. If it's cooperative multiplayer, again, I don't care about player count. Campaign, I don't care about player count. But multiplayer, I guess like I played a bunch of. There's a BR, I can't think of the name right now. It was like 2,000 concurrent players for a while, and I played that for a long time until it got shut down. But
hmm. Yeah, another big thing for me is um if cheaters are a big problem, I just don't even bother. I don't take
oh
games
yeah,
as competitively as I used to, but I still want it to be like a decent level of competition. I don't know. Battlefield 5 got pretty bad where, um, I mean, yeah, closet cheaters and aimbotters are an issue, but there was one where everyone in the lobby would just get sent back to the respawn screen. It would just kill everyone.
yeah.
So it's like not even worth playing. Like literally just every 15 seconds your body you just drop dead. But I know like CS, I one of the reasons I have no interest in CS. Well, first of all, it's a tack shooter. It's probably my favorite out of the tack shooters, but tack shooters aren't my thing. But even if I were to try to get into it, the cheating problem, it's so unappealing. Because then you don't know if somebody killed you because they're good or because they're cheating. Like the wiggle that killed Tarkov video, if you remember that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's just insane how many people cheat and you just don't know it.
It plants a seed of doubt in my mind every time,
Yep.
and then it makes me angrier
Yep.
when I die. I'm gonna be honest.
So just
That game was Realm Royale. I was thinking of, by the way. It was a lot of fun.
was what
Yeah.
game?
Realm Royale.
Realm
It
Royale.
was a Fortnite-ish third-person battle royale. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
it
Um,
was a lot of fun.
sponsored. Okay, well, I don't really want to. Okay, I'll just click
It's one
on.
of those games where they remade it, the entire game system and economy like 5 times, and I got sick of it. But
Hmm,
what is happening?
yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
So the other question then is, what does a shooter game for you to get need for you to get like really into it? So this isn't just to try it. So for example, for me to get like really into it, stat tracking is like really important. Like I
Yes.
know, okay. So sim.gg for Battlefield. This is oh they have other games too. Like weapon mechanics. Let's go to they should have actual weapon charts. Yeah. So they'll take like a weapon and this is the damage plotted against distance because there's damage drop off. There's like recoil numbers, ADS and hip firing numbers. This is phenomenal. Same thing goes for I have
This
like
is another
my
reason why I want a game to be popular, because if it's popular, there'll be many Reddit posts about this.
mhm,
There'll be spreadsheets coming out. Yeah.
people who want to figure it out. Yeah, I want to like have to figure it out, you know? Even if it's not even a competitive game, just like Minecraft, there's so much to figure out about it.
Hmm.
Like this is my player profile for like Battlefield, so you can see like how many multi kills, headshots, your KD, headshot percentage, hit accuracies, time played. I like this kind of stuff too. This isn't like as important as like the weapon charts, but if I'm talking about like what gets my juices flowing for a game, and then on top of that, obviously it needs to have like good core gameplay. Cheaters, as I mentioned, um, it doesn't need to be all competitive. Like CS, I think is okay. Casual, competitive. CS is probably a little bit more like here, right? Um, Fortnite might be years ago it was probably more in the middle. Now it probably is a little bit more competitive, right?
Yeah. I mean, their skill-based matchmaking is absurd, in my
Oh,
opinion.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But like one of the reasons why I like the Battlefield games is because it's like pretty much in the middle. Um,
They don't have skill-based, do they?
mm-mm, no,
God's gift to gaming.
I
Okay.
know. So Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I like it when like you join a game and there's some sweat on the other team and you're gonna focus them. That's fun.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yes.
want to join a lobby. You know, I'm logging on for my Monday night gaming session with my buddy. We're both like grown adults with full-time jobs and families and stuff. And oh, we're playing against it's 16v16 and everyone is a sweat.
Oh no, you picked a video called Why Realm Real Failed. I didn't even realize that till now. This is amazing.
Oh, nice.
Rip Realm Royale.
So what do you need to get
Well,
really into a game?
one point on the tracker stuff. I get real toxic with that stuff. I love the stats, like my own stats. If I'm playing Fortnite and I die to somebody, I will like Fortnite tracker them instantly. Fortnite tracker their partner.
And then you'll be like, "What?
Because I
They're not
want to
even
know
good."
how I want to see that they're insanely good and then get mad about why the heck they're in my game. Because I'm like good at Fortnite, but I'm not a
Oh.
god. So like I'll armory somebody and it's like, oh, you have 40,000 kills and 4,000 hours. Sick. I have 300 hours. Why are you in my game? Like this doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
But anyway, I get real toxic with it. Anyway. Three things that I thought of we were talking. I would prefer there to be lower skill-based matchmaking. I have not stuck to a game beside Fortnite that doesn't have crazy skill-based matchmaking. Like
Really?
specifically CODs are overtuned to the point where like you said, I don't want to be sweating every game to go even. That's just not enjoyable to me. If there's one player on their team is good and we're kind of duking it out, there's like three average players and two people that have no hands. That's like my ideal game.
Yeah.
Just give
It,
me like a spread of players.
and it depends on the game. Some games have really bad steamroll mechanics. I remember like Star Wars Battlefront, they had a passive trait system where like
Yeah.
bodyguard, if you depending on your kill streak, you would take increased damage reduction. That's a snowball mechanic. So if you're on a 7 kill streak, I think the damage reduction was 50%, which meant you could like tank grenades and stuff that does 100 damage. You just tank it. So I understand wanting, if you're a noob, you would want skill based matchmaking if the game has a bunch of steamroll mechanics. Well, then simply don't have steamroll mechanics in your games, right? That's not difficult.
Skill-based matchmaking is not for the good players. It makes it less fun for people who are better at the game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Specifically the people who are
that's,
really good at the game. So,
yeah,
which is not me in a lot of games anymore. But anyway,
yeah.
this is going to turn to my laundry list of why I think games stink these days. Next up, don't be a crazy bug fest like Warzone when it
Okay.
drops in every Call of Duty game. Like there's bugs everywhere that just break the game or just make the gameplay inconsistent, and that just bothers me. Network issues, which is a consistent issue with a lot of games that
Oh,
drop.
yeah. I mean,
That can't be a thing.
yeah, even like server tick rates. Wasn't there a big thing with like CS when it first came out too? People were like, "Oh yeah, the kills in CS:GO felt so much better."
I think so. I don't know for sure, but
Yeah.
no, and then no cheesy mechanics that just cost me deaths, like like Final Stand in Call of Duty. The last COD that came out, there was a mechanic where when you died enough, actually no, there was just a mechanic where you would spawn and you could see everybody on the enemy teams like outlined through the wall for like 3 seconds.
Yeah. Wow.
The way that I play Call of Duty, and a lot of
Wow.
people do to get kill streaks, is you camp in and around the spawn and like build kill streaks that way, and that just completely killed that playstyle. And if you think that's
Yeah.
not a good playstyle, then I don't like you. Go away. So
Yeah, cheese
it took
has
the fun
its
out of the game for me.
it does.
Like,
Cheese, okay, extreme example Mario Kart. Okay, that's the definition of you're in 12th
yeah,
place, you get the cheese, bullet bill. But that's because it's Mario Kart. Okay?
exactly. Yeah.
It's different if it's a competitive FPS. There's no need for cheese. Yeah. Yep. I know. Like in the
So yeah, I
battle
need a lot of stuff.
in the Battlefield
Sorry.
series, Battlefield Bad Company 2 did not have going prone. You could only go crouched. And in a game that's
Mm.
like
Yeah.
photorealistic, going prone is really annoying because people just sit in corners and you don't know. Uh, and they're bad players too, but I mean, then at the same time, it's like if that's your issue, you need to get good and check corners. But still,
All of these things being said, the number one thing I need to get really into a game is to have friends continue playing it.
oh okay. Especially as we
I
get
can deal with
older,
all that if I
right?
absolutely have to. Yeah, because it's more of a rare thing to have people playing that you know,
Yeah,
which is sad.
yeah.
So
Yep, it's those famous memes of your Xbox gamer friend and last online 9 years ago. Yep, yeah.
yeah, I think all my friends just got more casual and stopped caring quite as much and didn't want to play anything competitive, which
Mm,
I'm not going that far. So I want to play shooters and I still want to win some stuff. So
yeah, agreed. Oh, another thing. It needs to have decent movement. I mean, they talk about Battlefield not being the best, but like arena shooters are fun. Something that's like responsive, or like
Yeah,
Overwatch, things where you have good dynamic movement. Um, things that have like too much inertia uh, can get kind of just stale. I remember Rocket Jump Ninja saying he really liked the like strafing, the like AD strafing that they do to move forward, and they actually move faster by doing it.
yeah.
Um, he was like, it's fun because you die, you get sent back to respawn, you got, 200 meters to sprint out back to get to the battle again, but you have something to do. You have a little mini game to min max that and get out there faster.
Yeah, you showed me something like that in Battlefield for going faster too. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's fun.
yeah. But
I
I
had
don't.
even more thoughts, but I can't remember what they were. Like, there's just
Oh,
so many things that good maps if you're a multiplayer game. Dear
good
Lord, are
maps.
the
I
maps in some
know.
games terrible these days?
Give us some nice urban maps with like multi-level. Don't give us big old like snowy desert maps.
And don't give me a map the size of my freaking living room, which is all Call of Duty wants to do these days because they're trying to force as much engagement as
Oh.
possible because it's like trying to mimic the TikTok algorithm.
Whoa.
Like OCD, crazy, you're always in the action, always in the action, always in the
Oh,
action.
sorry, we're watching an ad. I was not even paying attention. Okay, so like everything is like shipment Rust 24/7.
Exactly. Yep. Every map
Hmm.
in the new game is like that, basically.
Hmm.
You spawn,
Interesting.
you're in combat, and it takes less time to get back into combat, so that you're more engaged in theory. Whereas I want to like spawn and have like 3 seconds to like look at the map,
Hmm.
throw a plan out, pick a route, like at least 3 seconds
Yeah,
before.
it sounds like
Yeah,
they're targeting quantity, not quality, you know?
yeah. And I'm sure other games are doing the same as well. But man, do I not like Call of Duty these days. So
Hmm. Yeah, that's the
I
tough
also
one to
don't
get
mind a
around.
battle pass.
Yeah, I don't either. Live service is if that's what games need to like because everyone has ADHD level attention spans and they need things to be new all the time. Sure.
Cool.
Yeah. It keeps the game fresh. And if that means that like your game can be dare I say a little bit more sparse on release and then talking from a development, let's try to help the developers for a moment here. If that means you don't need to front load every single feature into your game at launch and you can spread the development out over 2 years and you just launch just focuses on like core mechanics rather than having I mean some of these games do they have the most beautiful maps, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, you spent how much time probably creating all these different assets and foliage and all this stuff." And then like
Hmm.
none of us even care because it's like the
Yeah.
least popular map. Yeah, whereas live service also allows you to react to trends, right? I know with Battlefield 2042, they have a close quarters combat playlist that has stuck around. It came out in like Halloween years ago, and it's great. It's infantry only, so you're not worrying about tanks. Tanks and stuff are fun for those epic clips of like rocketing somebody's jet in midair and stuff, but um, that stuck around because they did a limited time battle pass mode and it got really popular and now it's a permanent mode and it's what I play all the time. So
See, the beauty of Battlefield spawn system is you can choose to go ADHD insta battle, or you can spawn more safely if you want. Like you can
yeah,
spawn strategically. That's
yeah,
actually awesome. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Those were good ones. Yeah, that was actually a good discussion. Do we want to move on?
I can keep complaining.
Okay, you got more?
Don't put insane, stupid skins throughout your game unless you're Fortnite, because that's your thing. Like Call of Duty, I'm dying to like Jack the Ripper and like Freddy Krueger and a bunch of like random, crazy, exotic skins that have weird looking shapes and stuff. And then just like I'm running around shooting like Shaq and like just give me some soldiers. Why?
Okay, so okay, why? Just to state the obvious, why is this a problem?
Sometimes it throws my aim off. Honestly, like
Yeah.
the models are just weird and like I don't know. It's a personal thing because I fixate on like certain skins that I dislike. Then dying to that like triggers me more. But I don't know. It just like it's just like a clogged up mess of crossovers, and it just like even more emphasizes the fact that it's just all about money, 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 and nothing about the player experience.
Okay. So I can buy. I'm just gonna click on a random short here. Sure. Are these are current skins in Call of Duty?
I'm
Warzone in
sure they are.
2024. Is that Nicki Minaj?
Yeah,
Rambo
yeah.
versus Grim Reaper versus Terminator. I don't know who that guy is.
That's like Devin Booker almost. I don't know. Yeah.
Interesting.
Some of the skins are just ridiculous. There was legitimately a skin that was harder to hit for a while, so everybody ran it in Call of Duty until they patched
That's
it and like
bad.
removed it. Like, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, you
So,
cannot have hitbox. You cannot have skins change hitboxes. Just don't
no.
ever go down that path. It is an arm. Yeah. It just becomes pay to win. Okay. Counterpoint then. How might you say that? Let's say they really need to have some sort of cosmetics in the game. They need something in the game for revenue because it's live service and they need to pay their developers.
You can do skins without going over the top. You don't have
Okay,
to go
like the
full
video we just
insanity.
watched.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the okay. So this is 2020. That's from that new TV show. I don't even recognize this guy. Nicki Minaj is over the top. Um, is this over the top? Is this over the top?
No,
No.
that's fine.
Terminator's cool.
Look, he looks like a soldier. Yeah, that's looks. Yeah, this is a tame video. There's gotta be more. There are more crazy ones, but yeah,
Okay. Okay. So
I'll
they
just
just don't
search
go over the
COD
top.
worst skins. Like, but yeah,
Okay. Was there another?
Xraypad, man.
You said
If you
there
talk
was.
about something for a minute, I can come up with something else, but not
Oh,
off the top of my
really?
head, no.
Okay. Did I have anything else
Uh,
here? Public play, lag and tick rate. Yeah, I already mentioned that like even if it's a game, okay, you you can go back and like play X Defiant and Splitgate and these games that have like a competitive community. You can probably find some Discord server with, 500 or 1,000 people and you can play super competitively, but I don't want that. That's how I was with Star Wars Battlefront and it was super fun, but now that I just play like once a week with my friend, I just want to log in and frag a bunch of noobs
yep.
and have the off time where you are playing against some sweats, and that's fine. But I don't want the game to be all sweats because it becomes you always want to play at the top of your game and you want to improve, you want to improve, you want to improve. But when you're 30 years old, you got other things you want to focus on in life. You want to be good. You want to be good enough at the game. You want to improve a little bit, but you don't want it to be like, okay, I got to go home and play for 3 hours tonight, otherwise I'm going to lose my edge. So it's funny that the Battlefront Discord that I rejoined some Battlefront Discord because I got spammed enough. All the guys there are young, but it makes sense.
Oh,
They're all like 17 to 22 years old. But that's because they're young and they have the time to like hone in on the game. I don't,
to a point you were making in there as well. Like you want to just like get on, be good enough, and then like progress. Like skill-based matchmaking feels like it punishes you for getting better. That's like one of the best counterpoints I
yeah,
think I have to it.
that bites. And it might be different in other games that aren't so. Fortnite is like very. I mentioned snowballing earlier, or like steamrolling or whatever. Like a very good Fortnite player will can totally outclass like a noob. Whereas in a lot of other games, a noob might be able to get a lucky grenade or something.
Mhm.
But like I'm talking in like the build modes too, not in zero build. Um, I don't know where I was going with this. Uh, okay, I don't know. I forget. Let's just move on. Um, okay, let's move on to our last topic, which is we're an hour 28 in. How's your week been, Daz?
It's been a rough one.
Has it?
Well, I had that virus for 2 days. I woke up just dying Monday, basically, of gastro issues, and then
Oh, that's not
developed a
fun.
fever and chills and body aches and all this stuff and like crazy bad like headache. And then roughly 48 hours after that, it just magically disappeared and I was back to normal. So that was cool at least. But I like distanced myself from my family for like 2 days so I didn't get the kids sick, and I was wearing a mask around the house for that reason. It was less than fun. And I actually worked the second day because we're having like a team conference summit thing, and I didn't want to miss it. So like I was laying on the floor for half of that, just like listening and
That
talking.
sucks.
And then I ended up going in the next day. So yeah,
Hmm. Just
but no work this weekend. So yeah, thank goodness.
yeah, being sick sucks. Especially it seems like when you have a family, it's like once one person gets sick, then everyone just gets sick.
It also cast like it snowballs because then like if I'm distancing, my wife has to do everything for both kids, and that takes a toll.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're at a very needy point.
mhm.
Hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel though where Someday they'll be a little bit more independent and
Yep.
throw a coloring book at them. Something like that. My week's been all right. I actually at work I switched to like different departments. They're having me do like a departmental rotation thing to like become more well-rounded and stuff. I work in research and development for an automotive supplier, and it's good to get outside your comfort zone. But I've been kind of pigeonholed. Thing is, oh man, I don't think anyone from work watches this, but like the job's not very interesting. The industry's not very interesting. It like hasn't changed much in 40 years, so R&D is like the most interesting part of the business, and now I'm not doing that. I'm in what they call what we call our estimating department. It's basically sales, like technical sales, right? So if you're going to bid some huge construction project, okay, you can't just come up with a number and say there you go. There's like a crap ton of level of detail because you're all quoting the same process that's been the same for the past 40 years. So everyone has a very intimate understanding of exactly how much this is going to cost. So you're all trying to outdo each other by little itty bitty pieces. So it's really good because from a training experience standpoint, you're learning everything that all the inputs that go into a project. But
Mhm.
from a like day-to-day standpoint, dude, today what I was doing, AI could have done. Basically, we took drawings, like process flow drawings from an old job from like a decade ago and copied them. The process flow, it's like, um, take like a flow diagram of we need this much air that goes here, we need this much water that goes here, copy that, change the numbers because the flow rates are slightly different because the product is slightly bigger, so it takes more water or something. Copy paste. So it was literally like 8 hours of copy paste, but it was very intense copy pasting because we had to get it done by the end of the day, and we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Had to work a little bit extra, but yeah. So I don't know that my boss says I'll be here for like 4 to 6 weeks. My boss's boss says I'll be there for 3 to 6 months, and then the guy I'm
Oh,
actually working with, the current manager I'm working for, is like maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. So it's really all over the place.
hmm.
But I am glad to you know what is nice, Daz? I'm working with
What's that?
non-engineers. That's nice. People who are technically capable, but that's not like their core personality. So,
Yeah, I don't want to like be mean, but like the people I do like talk to the most and like jive with the most are probably like product managers, scrum masters, business side people. That's who I like end up talking to the most throughout my day.
okay, and why is
Not
that?
necessarily the engineers. I don't know if they're just more sociable.
Yeah,
They all happen to be like in my age range and play similar games and have similar interests as well. So
sure.
that doesn't hurt. But yeah, I don't know. I like all the developers I work with as well. But yeah, it is a person to person thing. But
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, engineers, it's great to have a technical mind and everything, but if it just means that you're like difficult to talk to or work with for whatever reason, it can be challenging. Or if you're just like really bland and don't have much of a personality or whatever. I don't know. The last place I worked at, it was actually really nice. We would do lunch. It was a startup. There was only like 10 of us at the office. We would all have lunch together in the lunchroom. And where I'm at now, it's like 120 person company. Everyone just eats at their cubicles. And
yeah,
it's I don't know, as an extrovert, I get, you get to a certain size company that just doesn't make sense. And maybe you can have cliques where you go out and get lunch together, but it was really charming. I still remember the CEO, this like 80-year-old dude who's incredibly brilliant, has a PhD in physics and stuff. This is at the old job. I was busy working on something during lunch, which was not common because they were pretty religious about their lunch because that was a time for everyone to have a powwow and not talk about work and kind of connect. And he came and was like, "Oh, there you are. Are you coming to have lunch?" And it was like a thing where like, I mean, I would have other coworkers do it, but like the CEO guy who I
right.
didn't feel like I talked to a whole lot. Um, yeah, he had
Yeah,
a
that means something.
Lotus 57. Pretty cool car.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this guy. Cigar, not cigarette, cigar. Yeah. Yeah, street legal though is crazy. Yeah. Um.
I have one more point about dumb skins and why I hate them.
Yeah.
It makes it harder to tell who your teammates are, which already seems to become increasingly harder in games these days.
Oh, is that a problem?
Because it used to be
Wow.
like everybody would look the same on like a team and they'd have a certain outfit. Because like it was like Spetsnaz versus this or that, and
Yeah.
that's gone. So I just
Whoa.
realized that. Yeah.
I can't think of a. Yeah, Battlefield 2042. They just do a stupid like. There's literally LEDs. Teammates are green, enemies are red. I'm not even kidding. Which I'm
It's
kind of
super easy.
grateful because the game is like
Yeah.
sometimes too realistic. The fact that you can just like lay down in grass and people can't see you is annoying. So the
Yeah.
LEDs, I guess, are kind of nice. But dang, that sucks. Yeah. So you see
Plus the
someone like
maps are always drab.
far away, and unless you have your cursor hovering over them to get their little red name tag, you don't know if it's a friendly or not.
It's like, oh, it's not like a U.S. Navy SEAL. It's literally Groot. Like it's Batman. Like I don't know
it's
if Batman's
literally,
friendly for like at a glance. Yeah.
it's literally
It
Groot.
literally Groot. Groot was the skin with the messed up hitbox. So yeah,
Oh, it's literally
it
Groot.
wasn't
Oh
Groot, but
no,
it
man.
was. Yeah,
He was probably super skinny. Was that the problem?
it was like a weird tree-like thing. Yeah, it was bad.
Okay. Oh man. What about how about this weekend? You got any weekend plans?
Daughter's birthday is Saturday, so
Oh, that's good. Are you guys just doing having any family over?
we're gonna go to like a kids museum thing that she loves to go
Oh,
to, and then grandparents coming over later for presents and dinner. I think. Yeah, so
cool.
it'll be a nice break because I've been somewhat involved in work for like 8 of the last 9 weekends, so that's been crappy.
Hmm. Yeah.
And again, just more load on my wife, who's already had more load because I've been at work longer and then I was sick, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yep.
understandable for sure.
Yep.
I got this weekend. I'm gonna try to get some yard work done. It's about that time. Weather's warming up. Daz and I live in a place where unfortunately it snows during the winter, and
Yeah, it
yeah,
is
the
unfortunate.
days
Who
get
else is
very
Christmas?
short. I know. I
Give me
still
snow on Christmas.
can't believe you like watch a movie or something where it takes place in California or Florida, and it's like a Christmas movie, and there's like palm trees, and you're like, that's not Christmas.
No, it feels wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about yard work season now.
I despise yard work. Find no
Yeah.
satisfaction. It's just a waste of time in my mind.
I know. You and I were talking about lawnmowers the other day. How you know you're old talking about lawnmowers with your friends. Oh man. Yeah, I do agree. Maintaining sucks. Like going back to the haircut thing. I go like 2 months between them. I probably look like crap at the end of the 2 months, but I don't wanna. It's
Projects could be
maintaining.
fun in the yard, but the maintenance is
Rewarding,
terrible. Like
yeah.
when I go to cut
Yeah.
the grass, I got to pick up dog poop. And
Yeah. The dog
I'm
poop
good.
I don't mind. I play with my dog like every day almost. We do frisbee, and I just throw the frisbee, grab a turd, and throw the frisbee again, grab another turd. You gotta like yeah, if you find who was I watching? Was it a Linus Tech Tips WAN show? They said something like I think it was that um your hobbies and interests over time change as you age largely because like your responsibilities change. So for example, there's memes about dads are into barbecuing and taking care of their lawns. Why? Well, because you need somebody to take care of your lawn, so it kind of falls on, let's say, the dad figure because he's the one who's gonna like get his hands dirty and mow the lawn, like work on the lawnmower and stuff. So okay, but now because you're mowing the lawn, now you're like, I wonder if I should start using fertilizer. Go out on the internet. Oh, I wonder if this fertilizer is better than this one, and then you're sucked into it. Or like barbecuing, right? You have to cook dinner for your family, so. What's like a fun way of like, sure, barbecue. Everyone loves barbecue, and you get to go outside and flip the burgers. Sure, so, um, yeah, I think
Hot take: maybe those dads just didn't want to spend time watching their kids and being responsible, so they went and grilled and cut the grass.
that too. Yikes. I don't know. That's,
Yeah,
yeah, all the memes about like the dad not
I'm not
wanting.
saying that's me, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, my
Good
daughter
to
comes out with me when I
clarify.
grill. She wants to do it
Yeah.
with me. So
But just in general, how like our responsibilities can turn into our interests out of necessity, right? Our job is literally that, right? I mean, shoot, dude. Do you ever have one of those moments? So, okay, my industry is very boring. There's a lot of old people because of that, not a lot of young people. And so I'm in a meeting and you're just looking around and some guy, or like you meet with a salesperson from like some outside company, right? And they're selling you some product and they're talking you up and down all the ins and outs of it. And you're just thinking to yourself, dude, when you go home 6 hours from now at the end of the day, you probably don't give a crap about any of this. But when you're at work, you're in the zone, you're into it, and you have to present it and stuff. Or maybe there is some level of it that you are really into it. I mean, shoot, dude, yeah, I'm not super into like what my company currently does, but if you ask me about it at a party, then yeah, I'm gonna talk your ear off because I like don't want to have dead, you know, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's just an interesting part of growing up. Um, part
Not a
of
fun one.
maturing, I guess. Yeah.
Stay mature.
Okay.
No.
I think do we want to end it there, Daz?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening if you made it this far. We do this every week. Consider subkidder conscribing whatever I always say and sharing it with your fellow mouse nerds. That's the best way to promote the podcast. Like it if you want to. If you have a question or a discussion topic, leave it in the comments below. We get notifications, so we reply to them all. We'll be back next Friday with another episode.
See ya.